Hey guys, Thomas from Team Sakurasou here, coming at you guys with another Yu-Gi-Oh! Market Watch, and we have a lot of cards to go over today that have been having movement, and as you could tell in the title, Book of Moon is finally at the moon here. And before we get into it, if you guys want to smash that like button, subscribe, that'd be great. The goal is 4,500 subs by the end of the year, 5,000 if we are lucky. I'm kind of thinking maybe a sweet spot like 4,700, 4,800, maybe we get 4,900. I don't really see 5K, so your subscription helps a lot. If you guys like the video, it helps more people see it, and it boosts my confidence. For buying any cards off TCG Player, please my link down in the description below. Helps out the channel to no additional cost to you. Thank you to all those who are YouTube channel members, and thank you to all those who also just leave comments asking me either to go over cards or just saying, hey bro, another great market watch, I really enjoyed it. Thank you for being regulars. You know, I feel like I actually start memorize. No, I'm not even gonna say start. For like the last year and a half, I like memorize names to the point of when someone's not there, I can tell. I don't know if that's weird, but like, thank you for those who chose to be regulars. I appreciate you guys. We're gonna get right into it. Book of Moon Ulti. I think everybody and their mother has told people to pick up a set. I'm not going to act like I was innovative on this. However, I told people to get them at 50s, right? Not to sleep on this OTS Ulti. And I told people to get them at 70s again, at 80s. Well, they're 95s. We already know that. But they go up to 180. I knew this card was just a ticking time bomb. And if you got your copies, good job. You made some money. I wish I was able to get more. I have my personal set. Don't get me wrong. And I have a little bit more than that, but not a crazy amount, and not the amount I would really want, unfortunately. XYZ Encore here, so $17 for your ultras here, and then your OGs are about 17 as well, with 19 listings, about 20, 23 here. Your first edition, your mints are about, by the way, if you have this card, go ahead, sell it. They're about, where's near mints at? Okay, I'm just going to go near mint. If it's not going to show me, there's a set for 25 a pop, right? Granted, I would just get the light plates for 14, 15 here. Someone's got 10 copies here. If you had this card when I told you to sell it, good job, you made some money. Obviously, this card's coming back because it is a good card against Pearly. Now, our Pearly Tier 1, I need to see more events, but they are meta-relevant for sure. If they're not Tier 1, maybe Tier 1.5, and then everyone has that little battle where it's like, well, it's basically Tier 1, blah, blah, blah. Pearly's in my deck. You're going to see it a lot, and if you're not prepared, it's going to bite you because the deck has a lot of cool recursion, and I really like the deck. Plus, it's cute cats, right? It's definitely going to be a fan favorite deck. Now, why Konami has not reprinted this card, I cannot tell you. Like, I actually looked at this card. I'm like, wow, this would be a fantastic common in OTS. Like, it would go along. Like, imagine pulling the ulti Pearly and the card against the deck in the same pack as a common. Would be wonderful. Now, if they made this an ulti, which honestly, I'm shocked it never got an ulti in the original set. Judgment, it's funny how when you look back at Judgment of the Light, how badly it's aged. This card has been bought out once every year, besides, I think, in 2017, where we had, like, Pen, Zoo, etc., etc. Orcus Harpie. Now, if you follow me on Twitter, which, if you do not have a Twitter account, please keep it that way, okay? As much as I want you guys to follow me on social medias, if you don't have a Twitter, keep it that way. It's not worth it. But if you do have a Twitter and you've already been through the horrors, follow me. I try to tweet often, even though I'm not a big social media guy. And something I said over there was that Harpie will be coming back this list. I said that yesterday, and one of the reasons I think that is actually because, well, near mints are 6 here, but they go up to 8, 9 really quickly. And if you look at the sales here, these are selling like nuts. This is all from the last 2 days, by the way, and today's not over. Well, no, today's the 17th. But in the last basically 2 days, look at all of them that are selling here. Insane amount of volume on these. I told people this is a buy low, sell high card. I'm not going to repeat what I said on this card for a very long time here. But something that I've always noticed is that there are people in the game, and I'm not one of them, who they just either from insider leaks or support, or they know someone who knows a guy, know what's going to be on the ban list. And you see these like movements where you think it's a little weird, and then it turns out, oh, maybe someone guessed right, which could be the case. But I feel like Harpie is going to come back and people know, because this amount of volume for this card, I know it's going to be ban list season soon, but we didn't see this on this type of volume for Harpie on the last ban list, and we're not really fully into ban list season. I think once we get the tins, maybe we will be. because I think a lot of players know in the back of their head, hey, we're not going to get a list until Konami drops the tins. Gives it 3-4 weeks after that. We don't even get the tins for like another 2.5 to 3 weeks, which, by the way, I know what people have been asking me. I'm not talking about that just because you could get a copyright strike. Unfortunately, I would if I could. Trust me. But yeah, I feel like people know it's the same thing with Monkey Board. Actually, I remember when we were going over this card, and I was like, "Huh, do people know that this card's going to come back?" I told people to get this at about $2, not $1, but $2. And I remember seeing it getting bought out before the ban list, and I'm like, why is this getting bought out right now? I don't know if someone knows something, and it ended up coming back, right? Not saying the same things for Harpie per se, but since you guys watch me, I tell you guys trends that I noticed that you guys might not notice here. If you want your if Harpie's come back, if you're missing Ulti, Ding, and Galatea, and you really want to play Orcust, if you get one Harpie, get your shit. These are like $5, by the way, so not bad. Muckraker from the Underworld. We checked up on these at 25. Well, now they're about $10 for Seekers, going up to 17. So they have significantly dropped, which is good because this card has been a roller coaster of a card. I remember it came out at 3-4, and then I ended up getting mine just because I love the card. I would have loved if we got a tour guide structure deck, which is something we had the chance to have, but the players decided on ice barriers, and I realized that, you know, Konami not listening to us once in a while has its upside. Sadly, they listen to us for a structure deck, but enough bitching from me. Muckraker, though, I personally told people get the Ultra because even if they reprint this as, like, say, a Prismatic Secret Tins, or they keep reprinting it, whatever, this is going to be a version that is very hard to get. Because remember, they don't just give these out just because you buy 5 packs at Sneak Peek anymore. You actually have to win this in a raffle. And I sort of like that just because it's not enough to diminish the card that it is. Because if, like, let's pretend you got a Muckraker for every one Muckraker every 5 packs, but they also made it a secret, it would lose a lot of value. It'd be worth nothing. And about $23 here, 28. If you exchange these when you could, congrats, you held your money. You didn't make money per se, you held your money. Good job. Bell and Boxer King Dempsey. Now, I'm talking about this card because even though I don't want to, because if you guys don't know, we got a Legendary Duelist recently that is so bad, I don't feel like going over it. I'm just going to waste your guys' time. But I needed to talk about this card because when it comes to the element of fire, this card is probably going to start seeing a ton of play whenever there is a relevant fire deck. Salman Great, I'm not too sure if they're not going to be using this card. I know that's what people think. But what this card does is if it is special summoned, you take a level 4 or lower Fire Warrior monster or 1 Battle and Boxer spell trap, or send it and either add to your hand or send it to your graveyard. And that's a quick effect, right? Well, that's not the quick effect. And remember, it's special summoned, right? So it does not XYZ summon. So in a deck that is a Fire Warrior, if they could just turbo this out every turn, including their opponent's turn, and they can either Foolish a level 4 fire monster or add it, right? So they could just start searching like absolute crazy, linking this off, special summoning again. It's a very good card for fire-based deck, especially if you have to deal with Warrior. $8 here. Now, not telling you guys to go crazy for it, right? Because number one, this set sucks, but you see 15, 20, 19, 26. If this card starts crashing, right? You start seeing these at 2s. 3s are fine, right? Maybe even 4s, right? But let's say 2 to 3, right? You might want to get a set of this and see where it goes. Zeus here, your cheap ulti pickup of the day. I looked over these when they were about 35s. I said, yo, this is crazy. You should get yours. Well, guess people were like, yeah, that is kind of cheap because I'm seeing 43, 45 here, which is better, but I don't like how this card is so cheap. I really don't. If we go near mint and we go without photos because, you know, we want English, about 31 listings here. I feel like this card will be bought out eventually. We just don't know when. Cyber Dragon ulti from OTS Tournament Pack 16. Now, these are about 55, 57. So these have actually dropped quite a bit. I remember these were like 75 trying to approach 80. And as you see at the bottom, they are 75. But someone on here is trying to offload a big amount. and then someone else has 10 here. So this card is dropping. If you guys want a great ulti to get, especially for like Edison format or slash like a legacy card, I think if you're looking for a cool ulti around $40 to $60, I don't think there's a better one than this. If I'd say it, just this is gonna age like fine wine, and the fact that it's so cheap, I mean, people are just sleeping. Caius, I told people to get this at $1. My boy, fresh off the press, this was also his pick. We agreed with very similar reasons. And actually, I remember when he was going over this, I actually said, oh, by the way, if you guys don't know Fresh Off the Press, awesome market watch guy, go check him out. But I remember when he talked about why to get this, I had the exact same reasons. I was like, yeah, this man's on my level. Well, there are threes here, but they're approaching $4 right here. And I'm telling you this right now, not only for Edison, but just as a card in general. This card, as you guys see here, you have 325 here. You could pick up 19. This card will probably go to like $6-7 slowly but surely. Even the comments are still worth money. Like, this card did not crash with a super reprint in an OTS that was given out like free candy, right? Like, there were times where this set did not have a $25 card. It was, in fact, I just want to see how OTS is like aging here a little bit here. Let's see, Albaz 28, fair. 22 for your skill drains. Honestly, if you want an ulti skill drain, 22, that's not bad. Well, Enchantress, 18s. I mean, what am I going to do? You got your common Destrudos here for like 55 cents. Chalices, I'm telling you this right now. Chalice at this price is really, really good. I would definitely go ahead and pick up your Chalices. Stardust Dragon Ghost Rare here. Want to look at this because I remember looking back about a month ago and there were some cheaper listings. Lightly Playeds are about 270. Yep, they're still here. 280, 310, but they go up to about 410 very, very quickly. With first sets being like what, 1500? Yeah, 1500 roughly here. 2K. I mean, if you have a first edition, you're really sitting on some gold. If you ever want to invest like in the stock market or CDs, and you have this card, as much as you would probably love this card, I think this is definitely the one card to let go of and sell. I mean, hey, $1,400 for one card, you know, hey, what can I say? I actually want to go over the quarter century very quickly here. I want to see the sales. Mob play for 200, near mint for 315. Oh, with photos, so that's not bad. That's not bad. Light play 243 and a damage for 123. I don't know. I wouldn't spend 100 on a damage one personally, but I don't know. If it's like, depends on what damage. And then let's see. Do we have a Starlight here? No. Starlights are about 600, 650. Now, usually I would say this card, because it has been $800 before, I told people to get this at 400. The issue I have with this, and I'm very worried about this, is now that Konami, unfortunately and stupidly, is deciding to reprint Starlight Rares as quarter centuries. If I think about what cards they would reprint, Stardust is one of them. Imagine spending $400, $500, $600 on a card for it to get a quarter century and drop. Mind you, this looks better than the quarter century, but hey, it would still be a Starlight reprint. And I know some people are going to say, hey, they're only doing 25th for a while. Look, I don't trust Konami with anything, okay? Neither should you, okay? I trust Konami as much as I trust my fellow politicians. I don't know why I said fellow politicians like I'm a politician, but I trust them as much as politicians, which is negative. So there you go. There you have it. Ultis. Now, this is one of the ugliest ultis. I hate this ulti. I love Stardust Dragon, but I think this ulti looks disgusting. I do not care about it at all. I love every other signer ulti, just not this one. These are 170. Wouldn't buy that. 200 for near mint. First sets are about $500, $600. I just guess if you have a first set, I personally would exchange it for a Starlight. Even if it gets the quarter century, I would just still rather have that than this. Stars Dragon Duels Genesis here, OGs. Now, one thing on my list is I want an OG Ultra. Now, you have a light play here for 29. Huh, these are actually 29, 55. Okay, so not bad there. about $100. Now $100 is a lot for this. They used to be around 60 to 70, and I said, look, this card's gonna age with time. It's not good at 60, 70, but it's gonna go up if you want it, right? I could see it hitting 100, and here it is at 100. I mean, it's been at 100 for a little while here, so not shocked. Magical Android, Duelist Genesis. This card needs a reprint, just like XYZ Encore. I think you can have a 5-card set in your that Konami needs to reprint just with this video alone, by the way. Unlimiteds are about 15 here. First editions are what, 18s? Yeah, no, 24, 30 bucks. I mean, I personally have this card for Edison because Edison was very cheap to build high rarity for me, because I literally, when I was looking at the Edison deck I wanted to build, especially the extra deck, I sat here and I was like, I got all these cards because not only because I love them, I knew they were going to go up and be extinct one day. I got the highest rarities of Synchros because I love Synchro formats. And I was a collector, right? And I'm a huge fan of 5Ds. Like, I actually somehow did have all of this, which is crazy. But if I feel like if you want to play S, like, there's no cheap version to get. Like, I recommend DTs when they were cheap, and DTs are like what? They were 13 last time I saw them. Now they're 18. Like, I don't know. Konami really needs to, like, look at Edison and start reprinting some stuff from there. Red Dragon Archfiend ultis. Not many of these. 16 listings, and I don't have filters on. If I go near light play verified, look, you got a light play here for 52, right? And then 324. Yeah, that's a lot. That's just a lot of money. In fact, I actually want to see it without filters. Mods are 48. Oh, that's so ugly. You do have the well, that's not near mint. Hold on. Okay, I know it's sideways. That's not near mint. It's got white here, white there, little bit here. I can kind of excuse that more because it's 10 years old though. Little thing here. That one corner looks fine. The back, you could see a little there, a little there. It's a little bigger on this side. That's cool, though. A little bit of white. It has the whole white edge right here. This is an LP card. No disrespect to the seller, but that is, I would consider that LP for sure. Not near mint. I know some of you are really harsh and would go, like, worse than light play, but I personally, and I was actually, I believe one of my subscribers, I think it was Burn the Couch. He said, hey, you know, I'm a little nicer with stuff, and we had this cool conversation. And one thing I think I said was, hey, if it's like older than like 10 years, I'm a little nicer to it, because if you're looking at for cards that are like over 10 years old or over 15 years old, over 20 years old, unless it's graded, especially when you go over 15 years old, I don't think near mint really exists. We want to pretend Yu-Gi-Oh cards have, like, we all know the older days had better quality than today because at least they were near mint out of the pack. But unless I don't know, you have a sealed pack and you opened it, right? And it was in the pack and the pack was well kept. You don't really see near mint cards. You know, it just is what it is. Red Dragon Archfiend, ultra rare here. Now, these are about 12s. I actually think that's really good for unlimited. Obviously, it's no Stardust Dragon here, but hey, 12 bucks, I would actually take that. Near mint and light plays are first sets are 21. That's really good, I feel. I mean, 21 here goes up to 42, I want to say. I mean, it does quickly go up for the OGs if you want to go grab an OG for about 20 bucks, 22. I think it's a really good idea. I actually have an unlimited that I was able to get for trade, actually, that I really liked. Charger Light Brigade Secret Rares. These are about 52s, 50, 60. I think first sets are like 200. No, okay, 136. Going up to 200. Okay, so you got some cheaper. You actually have a cheaper light plays here. For 182, 200. You know, I feel like I see Gamer's Choice just like taking a card and being like, nope, it's going to be way cheaper now. I don't know, maybe just me. But yeah, if you want a set of these, I mean, 137. It's not cheap, but if you want this card or you like it or you think it's a good investment, I'm telling you this right now, these will never be as cheap as 137 again. Power Filter. I want to go over this card because this card's been bought out like 2 or 3 times in its lifetime. Even the OTS Common got bought out once. And it's a good card, but it goes up and down, right? Unlimiteds, I remember my Unlimiteds moving for And I'm not even kidding when I say this, like 10 to 14 bucks, right? And I was like, whoa. And I got them for like $1, right? And right now, you got one here near mint unlimited for 40 cents, 80 cents here, $2. First editions, though, which again, first editions are a little harder to get. Sixes, going up to nines here. If you want this card and you think it's good, remember, it is a floodgate field spell. Or not field spell, why I call it field spell. Continuous spell. So you can just straight up activate it. Neither player may special summon monsters with 1,000 attack or less. Okay, this kills certain decks and certain strategies, okay? It is a good side deck card that you're going to want right now. Because it'll pop up in the future again. Yubels, want to go over these one more time to just see how they were from the buyout. These were like 20 for first eds, I think back then, like 2022. Unlimiteds are 20s. Now first sets are about $30 for light play near mint, going up to 40. Secrets, I want to go up over these. These were 50. I remember that for a fact. For first sets, 35 here for unlimited. First editions are 37, 38, 42, 43, 45, 50 here. So basically, roughly going a little bit further down. I would actually love to see. I'm surprised that Konami didn't make Yubel some type of special like rarity at one point. Like they started giving love to Neos, but I think they forgot that while Neos decks are loved, Neos itself is like, I'd probably say it's the most forgettable monster. I mean, you could probably argue something with Vrains, but I mean, at least Vrains is new. You know, GX has been around for, you know, not 2 decades yet, I think, but close enough. And for the last thing we want to go over, by the way, leave a like and subscribe. If you have not checked out my recent Labyrinth short, by the way, you're going to want to check that out. I actually didn't know this existed. That there was a Yubel mat out there that was official. And this actually looks really cool because not only do you have Yubel to the right here, which is already cool on itself, and the ultimate form right over here. It doesn't have the other one unless I'm not seeing it on this map. But you know, it has the flames as well, and it just, there's so much love in like the background of this. And then right over here, you kind of see like, I feel like a lot of older mats, not just from Upper Deck, but just in general, have this kind of feel with the mats, like right here, that coloring type sketch. I don't know what to really call it. Oh no, it does have the third one. It's like right here as a like shadow. Again, super cool mat here. This promotional playmat features a stylish cloth cover featuring artwork from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game and a sturdy non-slip rubber backing to keep your cards safe on flat surfaces. That's cool. I actually do want to go over mats a little more in my market watches just because they're cool, but there's no sales anyway, and no listings. But this is really cool. I wonder if any of you own this. Let me know. Follow my socials in the description below. And let me know what I'm going over in the next market watch in the comment section below. If you're buying any cards off TCG Player or anything on TCG Player at all, it doesn't have to be Yu-Gi-Oh! Related. Please use my link down in the description below. Helps out the channel to no additional cost to you. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.